Since the adoption of AI, some media practitioners have seen it as a quick tool for production, helping to save time and fast-tracking production. However, we will go beyond this to look at the longer impact in the industry, exploring both positive and negative impact. To help us understand this very well, we are joined by Temi Bangoshe, who is the online editor here in Business Day. Temi, it's great to have you with us this morning.
Thank you, Bethel. It's good to be with you.
How are you feeling?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you for making it. All right.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
It's a good Friday. It's weekend. How are you feeling the weekend? What are any plans for the weekend?
Thank God it's Friday.
Yes, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
Yes. Well, the top story we're looking at today is the ethics in journalism and ethics of AI, in the practice of journalism. And then, first of all, before we go into the ethics, I want you to give us an overview of the industry, the AI, the interruption of the workings of the practice in journalism. That's how has AI come in? How has AI what has it brought alongside the...
Okay, thank you, Bethel. Several years back, some people started using AI, and it wasn't very popular by then. At that time, it was used only to report very routine news like weather reports, like wind speed, routine news. But since about 2000, 2001, it has entered more, it has infiltrated more into media production. And it's a tool that has been very great in fine-tuning the things that normal human mind will do. Really, AI, if we break it down to its very fundamental meaning, it is just a tool that is able to arrange existing thoughts and thought models at the speed of thoughts or speed of light, if you like, and make sense out of it in no time, faster than what man can do. So it works on already existing thoughts and models and trends and data, which man cannot manually dive into on time.
Now, how is this artificial intelligence, how is it shaping the media industry? The introduction of it has caused ripples across the whole industry. How is it modifying it?
Yeah, so it is helping to make the media better for people who know how to use it. The media, I'll tap into Yoruba philosophy to bring in these thoughts that I'm bringing in now. The AI to the media is like cutlass in the hands of a farmer. You still have to direct the cutlass, no matter how sharp it is, no matter how long the cutlass is. You still have to hold it in your hand and use it. If you put it on the ground, can it cut something by itself? No. So exactly the same with AI. So nowadays, the AI tools, many AI tools are used to write quick news, routine news, but more complex ones now. They are used to identify points in bulky documents, which the media deals with a lot. They are used to write captions for photos. They are also used to enhance distribution. In the olden days, it is what is called spray and pray. You write and then you put it everywhere and hope that the people who need it will come to pick it up there. But nowadays, when you are building your content, you can use AI to analyze the behavior of your audience and then to know which audience to serve this particular content, media content to, and which one to serve the other to.
So targeting.
Yes, targeting. It has helped in targeting, audience prediction, even ideation. It has helped a lot in the process of ideation.
And that's a very interesting topic. It sounds like a very smart AI is obviously very smart, as the name implies.
Yes,
And
yes.
it might be very hard for people to keep up with the pace at which AI is going. Now we talk about Nigeria already has an unemployment problem, right? And then if most of what people are doing can be done by AI, do you foresee a future where people lose jobs in the media industry because of the introduction of AI?
The only people who will lose their jobs are the people who are unable to use AI. At the end of it all, AI is still a tool. It is still like that cutlass I mentioned
Yes.
earlier. Without you holding it, without you knowing how to prompt it, it will give you rubbish. There are times you prompt the AI, do this and that for me, and it will say, I'm sorry, I'm a large language model and I cannot handle this. Meanwhile, another person will prompt it in another way on the same task and it will give fine results. So it is still your ability to use the AI. So if anyone will lose their job, it will be people who are unable to prompt the AI, to use AI,
Yes.
or people who are careless with AI. There was a funny story that happened some time ago, and some news organization used AI to write news. But you know, AI itself warns you that it is prone to error.
Yeah.
And so they didn't take note of the error. They probably didn't edit. They believed the AI hook, line, and sinker, and they posted the story. And it ended up being a ruse. So those are some mistakes that may make people lose their jobs. But if you know how to handle um, uh, the tools, you won't lose your job. Porters will not lose their job because there are cars, or because there are vehicles, or because there are equipment that can move the load. Because that equipment still needs people to prompt it. Even if it's a robot, it needs people to program it. You see? So I don't foresee mass loss of job. I just foresee an upgrading, a radical upgrading in the way we do media work. Have you heard about this movie, The Heist? Yeah, The Heist was written, directed, produced, acted by AI. The only thing the producer did was to add sound and all other minimal things. Yeah, post-production. But can AI just stand up and say, I want to make a movie? No. It still requires someone to prompt it.
Now, from what you have said, there are some pitfalls, there's some cons to the use of AI, or
Yes.
to the consistent use of AI,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Especially in crafting many of the stories, many of the report that media consumers usually take or get from the media, from in Nigeria especially. What threats are there to the industry, right? Now, not just for the consumers, but for those who use the AI, because AI learns from you, right? AI, whatever you do, you're teaching AI something. So there could be room for errors. There could be so much room for errors, because then if you can't can't detect what is wrong, what is right, so what are some of these threats, and how are we looking out for them? How can we look out for them?
So one thing that happens is humans are creatures of habit.
Yes.
See, so because we read books, because we read researches, we attend conferences, we have focus group discussions, we have community, we are able to learn from other people's experience, we are able to learn a lot of things from authors, from academics and everything. And so as humans, when we write stories, at times we are able to humanize it. We are able to make the people reading it feel what we felt. But AI is not capable of feeling. It is a machine. It is not capable of feeling. So if you as a content producer continues using AI to develop your story without just using it to perfect it, at some point you would lose that ability to write genuine content that connects to people. You see, AI can go to NGX website now and crawl the data. This all share index moved from here to here. These are the top gainers, these are the top losers, and the news is complete, right? But can AI tell us how it affected somebody on the street? The investor who has lost his money? No. So how it would affect the people who are using the AI is if they refuse to upgrade their knowledge, if they refuse to infuse that humanness, then they will become irrelevant in the industry, and they may have to find another job. Maybe they will become engineers interacting with just ions.
Would you agree that there's a stigma on the use of AI in the industry in terms of originality? People see the use of AI as a trump on our originality, or because you've quite already established that it's an accelerator, it's a support, it's kind of enhances our own creativity and output, right? But people could, now when we say AI generates content, in as much as a query is put in, do you think that people would be, should I say, not very proud of using AI because they feel like this is not my work, this is not what I did, AI did this for me? So that's now where I'm coming to is, we talked about training, which is very important, but there has not been much attention put on training people on how to use AI. So many people just use AI, right, based on, consistent use of AI, right? That's how they learn, that's how AI learns, and all of that. So what priority can we put on training that puts AI in the light of importance and not something to be ashamed of?
Okay. I would say it still boils down to the individuals. You see, the ethics, the standard practice is supposed to be, if you use AI to write a story from beginning to end,
yes,
you should indicate that this story was written by AI. But if you have developed your ideas, for example, a field-going journalist has gone to the field, he has captured photos, he has captured feelings, he has recorded voices, and he has put this thing together, and he has asked AI to help improve it. It makes your grammar sharper, it translates for you if you need to translate it into many languages. It suggests caption to you, and from the captions it has suggested, you can find a sweet spot. You can, okay, I like this, I don't like this, or I bring this and that together, and it becomes your original. If that is how you work, then there is no problem. You are using a virtual assistant. But if you ask the AI to write me a news about so and so, the AI is not going to the field. It's going to the work that some other people have done and bringing it together in a different, it's large language model mostly, and so it's bringing it together in a different language and tone.
It's worded.
So it is worded differently. So it is not your work. So the only way you can be proud of your work when you use AI is when you have done the heavy lifting and you have only enhanced it with AI.
That's true. That's right, indeed. I totally agree with that. And speaking of the ethics, right, how can journalists, how can media producers and even media consumers, how can they properly use AI to ensure that the work they put out to be consumed by whoever would see it is fact-checked, is authentic, and also relevant?
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't just put what the AI has generated out like that. Remember, there are two ways we have described the use of AI now. One, you have gone to the field, you have done your work, and then you have asked it to enhance it for you. Now, you know the part that you have done, you know the part that it has added, if it has added any chunk of story. Now, For example, the Copilot, which aggregates the Copilot on Google Edge, on Microsoft Edge. Yeah, it aggregates DALL-E, ChatGPT, and some other large language models and picture models. And whenever it uses somebody else's work, it would reference it. It will. You have to go with that attribution. If you take somebody else's work without attributing it, you have stolen it. That's plagiarism. But if you attribute, then you have only pushed the envelope. You understand? And if you have made AI do it by itself, then the only ethical thing is to note that this news piece was generated by AI. And then, after AI's work, you need to read and check by yourself what you know. AI doesn't know certain things, you know them. So you have to also fact check the fact checker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true. Speaking of fact checking the fact checker, what are some fact checking tools that journalists or media producers can use, to enhance their work, to ensure that it is authentic, right? And ensure that, of course, it is also not legally, intrusive.
Yeah.
Make sure that's ethical.
So there's this there are a lot of AIs checking for there are a lot of tools checking if you have plagiarized or used AI. Yes. A popular one is Turnitin. It's called Turnitin. That's the name of the app. So if you have written a report now and then I am not sure that the report is original, as an editor, you know the capacity of your reporters. If you are seeing improvement, fine, you will know improvement. If you are seeing a radical difference from what the reporter used to be, this is not the person's strength, and then you take it to such tools as Turnitin, and then you check it, and it tells you, okay, this is written by this and that AI, this is plagiarized, this is this and that.
Now, AI also produces videos. AI could also produce audio, right?
Yeah.
So how can, supervisors ensure that the work that they are getting, based on what I'm just piggybacking off what you mentioned, the work that whoever is working with them or working under them submits is properly, should I say, reviewed to ensure that it's fit for audience consumption. Now, note that sometimes most of these AI tools will say popularized among the younger people, right? And so how can older people ensure that they are up to date with these things so it doesn't get past them?
Well, the only thing to do is the good old read. Yeah, update yourself. You have to update yourself. AI, as we know it, in videos, in audio, in pictures, has its own mannerisms. Permit me to use that personalization language. It has its own mannerisms. So when you see, if you have been working in the industry, in the content production industry for a long time, pre-AI, and you have also warmed up to AI, you'll be able to see marked differences between them. For example, the earlier AI photos that AI generates, the earlier photos AI generates, they usually have problem with the hands.
The fingers.
Yes. With the fingers. So anytime you see AI photo, just look, and you are doubting, just look at the fingers. It will give it out. Yeah, it is improving, but it still will have its own mannerisms.
So do you see this? Do you see it becoming a part of the industry, a part and parcel of the industry?
It is already a part and parcel of the industry.
Yes, but I mean now it's more. Is it going to be more outward? Is it going to be more open? Right, because now AI is still. Years have gone by. That's true. That's right. But there are still some aspects of AI that are yet to be discovered. AI is still improving, right? So do you foresee a future where AI becomes, AI could be your fellow colleague in the newsroom or in your place of work, right?
It is already as such. If you know about character AI, These are AI. These are AI bots, chat bots that are trained with history. You know, I can take Adolf Hitler's life and then train a chat bot with it, and it becomes Adolf Hitler. I can train a chat bot with our producer here, Mr. Brian, and it becomes Mr. Brand. So it is already like that. A lot of customer care services, they are using AI chatbots. So it is already here to stay. The only thing that we in the industry need to do is to try as much as possible to learn how this language works. So if you can take a course in machine learning, basic machine learning, I would recommend that. And just know how it works, then you'll be able to now piggyback to the front and know what result it is giving. So for AI, it is already here in the media production. It is already doing so many things that we can't do with light or speed. It is doing fake news and catching fake news at the same time. So there is always two sides of a coin, the good, the bad. But learn the good so that you'll be able to identify the bad. That's what I would end with.
And that you say that for both the producers and the consumers, because it's very easy to believe what you see online if you're not one that's very akin to what's going on. You know, look at the fires now, the recent fires we've seen in Los Angeles and California. You know, AI generated videos, you know, were put out of, and people had to, you know, they had to personally begin to sieve and filter what is real from what is not real, which could be difficult because it looks too real. It looks good. It looks good to be true, right? It looks true. So you know, it brings a lot of responsibility. It brings a lot of discussion to the responsibility of the journalist or the responsibility of the media producer also in making sure that it not only produces right, but also looks out for the one truth. That the truth. Yes. And so I think the final question I would ask is AI our friend?
I would answer like politicians. There are no permanent friends when it comes to AI.
Because there are no regulations for AI right now.
Yes. So there AI is an acquaintance. We can't call it a friend. We can't call it a foe. It is still an acquaintance. It depends on whatever you use it for. I go back to my cutlass analogy. If you use your cutlass to cultivate the land and produce food, it's a good tool. If you use it to cut someone and inflict injury, it is a bad tool. It depends on how you choose to use it. That is AI. If you use it to produce fake news, good for you. If you use it to produce authentic news, that is the best use.
So no 100% trust. Just
no victor, no vanquished.
All right. Well, very, very, very interesting conversation there, Mr. Temi. Thank you so much for joining me in the studio to discuss AI and its ethical role in journalism. Well, thank you very much for joining us. And that's all we can take for today on the segment of Big Story. You're still watching Business Day Television. Don't go away. I'm Bethel Jobi. We'll be right back after this.